What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shay, and today it's my favorite time of the month. It is time for my February TBR, and I've got my jars here and I am ready to go. I will not spoil you as to how my January went. You'll have to tune in to my January wrap up, but overall I'm feeling pretty good about it. At this point in time in the month, it's like January the 26th today, so I have a few more days to wrap up January, but very excited to get to know what I'm reading in the month of February. Now, if you don't know how I do my TBRs, I have 5 jars here. I have a series jar, a new release jar, an own jar, a romance jar, and a backlist jar. And I pick 2 books out of each of these jars, and I really only hold myself accountable to reading one of the books out of each jar, but I can read more if I so desire. Now, I will tell you, in the month of February, I am doing kind of a team challenge in my online book club, and I am very competitive in that. So I do expect my reading to increase in the month of February. However, I am going on a mini weekend vacation in February where I know for a fact I probably won't be reading that particular weekend. But I do know that the challenge I'm going to be part of does have prompts. So I'm going to try to fit these books into the prompts as much as I can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Drum roll, here we go. Series jar. So my series, some of these I'm intimidated by and some of them I am like happy to get to. So let's see what happens. 1, here it is. This is going to be a good one. I can feel it. Okay. This is Ranger of the Titan Wilds. This is the 4th book in the series. The last book in the series was The Hidden Guardian by Mr. J.D.L. Rosell. I can't remember what this one's called. I think The Wild Exile. I'm not quite sure, but it is a self-published fantasy series. I absolutely adore it. I'm going to continue to adore it, and I'm looking forward to diving into that one. One more series. Okay. This is the Wildcat Hockey series. This is, I think, one of Rebecca Jenchak's first series that she ever wrote. So majority of the books in this series have been mediocre. I've read 2 of them and I wasn't quite sure if I was going to continue on, but I love Rebecca Jenchak so much. I've read multiple of her books last year and decided I would give it a shot and continue out this series. So we have like some light and fluffy that I can choose from, or wonderful fantasy series. So those are the series that I could choose from. Now it's time to go into my new releases jar. Now this jar holds every new release in January and February that I am interested in reading, and let's pull 2 out of here. I'm being more picky about my new releases. This is it gonna focus? This is Rings of Fate. This came out in January. This is a fantasy. Melissa De La Cruz, maybe? I don't know. I'll pop the book up here. Very interested in kind of diving into another fantasy world. Let's see what else we get here. Okay. This is, it's not her. I believe that this is the new Mary Kabika that is coming out in February. Somebody may have to double check me. I'll put it here, which will double check myself. But I'm always liking these mystery thrillers as palate cleansers. As you know, romance and mystery thrillers are great palate cleansers when you're reading epic fantasy or epic sci-fi. I just truly adore them and happy about those picks. Now we're going to move into my own jar, which is full. I mean, this is full, and in my wrap up, in my January wrap up, I will tell you exactly how many owned books I have and what kind of progress I'm making on getting my owned TBR down, as that's one of my goals this year. So here we go. All right. This is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I have the wonderful special edition of this by The Broken Binding, so I do own this one in physical format. And then we have whatever this is. Let's see. This is Winter's Fury. This is another fantasy book, and I don't remember, I can see the cover in my head, but I cannot see the author's name, and I'm so very sorry, but I'll pop the cover up here. I own these ones in audiobook. Okay, So this is my romance jar, which is new in the year of 2026. There's like 450 books in here at this point. There may be over that. I'm not sure the exact number of books in here, but it's a lot. As we go into my romance era, I kind of want to see just what kind of things I like in romance, and the only way to do that is to put a lot of things in here, different tropes, different pairings, those kinds of things, dark romance, light fluffy romance, whatever, in here, and just kind of pick and choose at random. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so here we go. We are going to draw. I'm nervous because there's a lot of books in here that are very scary. I'm just gonna say that. They're very scary. We have, I don't know if y'all see this, Bright Sided. This is by Kim Holden, and this was placed in the jar, I know, because it is supposed to be very sad. And I'm sometimes in my sad girl era where I just want a book that makes me all the feels, makes me possibly want to cry. Like, that's what this is. And so I actually really am interested in reading that. Okay. This is Butter My Biscuit. I have no clue what that is, and I just want to go ahead and tell you how I came across all of the recommendations in here. These recommendations are, I scoured all kinds of social media content. I scoured Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of the platforms, and came up with these recommendations here for romance books. If it was recommended somewhere, I put it in here, and I have no idea what Butter My Biscuit is. So please hold and let me see if I can tell you anything about this book. Okay, so this one is the third book in a series by Lyra Parrish. And I normally do not like to just read books out of order. It's my OCD like that, but for some reason I thought that it would be okay to do that with this specific one. And when I was looking at books, I wanted to make sure I had enough of each trope. So this particular book follows childhood friends to lovers, I believe. I think this is following a best friend couple, small town romance, and a hero who falls first. So that actually sounds very interesting. I used to hate friends to lovers. It used to be like not something I would want to read at all, because I felt like the build-up of the relationship was not there because they already knew each other and they were already friends. But there are some authors I find that just do this so well, and so I'm hoping to find more childhood friends to lovers stories. Fantastic. Okay, so I have the two out of my romance jar. I will say that I still haven't gotten the scary stuff yet out of this jar, and there's a lot of scary dark romance in here, and haven't reached that yet, so that's fantastic. Okay, my backlist jar. This is every book that has been released prior to 2026 that I in some way want to read that I do not own. This is Lessons in Chemistry. I believe this is like a lit fic book, and I normally don't read a lot of lit fic books, but this one has so much buzz around it that I was like, okay, obviously everybody loves it. Let me see if I'll love it too. So it may finally be time to read that one. All right, and the last pick of the February TBR is this one, and it came out, I didn't see it. This is With a Vengeance, and I think this is a Riley Sager book. I have not caught up on all of my Riley Sager books, but again, a great palette cleanser for when I'm reading these long fantasies. So that's all of the jars. Now, what am I planning on reading outside of the jars? Now, my goals for 2026 were to read my series Closer Together and read more owned books. Okay, so I will tell you that I do plan on continuing some of the series that I started or continue on in January. So I will continue to do that and read more continuations of series. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to read owned book wise, because even if I read these two owned books, my goal is to read at least 3 owned books a month. So I have to come up with something else to read from my giant library, which I'm sure will not be hard, but I'm not sure what that quite is just yet. I may pop in some more romance because I have just been in a romance mood for the past 7 or 8 months. I am not quite sure what I plan to do, but I'm looking forward to February. I feel like I'm off to a great start after January. Spoiler alert, I think I did very well, but please watch my January wrap up for how the month went. Super excited about the month of February, and I will catch you guys in the next one.